Good morning, Pantsers. It's Tuesday. So, Siling, I'm really glad that you made that video. I'm glad, personally that you personally made that video, because I'm glad that you felt that you could make that video, and I'm glad because it's something that I've been thinking about a lot. You talked about wanting to be honest and wanting to open pathways of communication, and that's something that I've been thinking about a lot, and I've been thinking about it a lot in the context of this channel and in a sort of broader context of my life. So I'm going to talk about this in a broader channel-wide sort of way, but don't feel like I'm not responding to you specifically. I know that a lot of us on this channel, maybe all of us, struggle with depression or anxiety or both. And I know this because we've mentioned it to each other. We mention it kind of in passing or in a little thing here and there, but we don't really talk about it that much. It's really hard to come out and say I'm not okay and I'm having these problems and this is what's happening with me. Like, it's really, really difficult. I mean, when I had those two big anxiety attacks at the end of September, I almost didn't mention them at all on this channel. Like, I really went back and forth about whether I should mention them or not. And I sat down to make the video with the intention of talking about something else. And at the last second, I changed my mind back again and thought, okay, I better talk about it, because I thought about how much it matters to me when other people talk about their experiences with depression or anxiety, especially people that I am close to or the people who matter to me a lot. In my life, when people ask me how I am, I say I'm fine. I always say I'm fine, and it doesn't matter how I actually am, I just say I'm fine, because I feel obligated to. I don't want to talk about it. I don't, not only because it's hard to talk about, but because I feel like people aren't interested. Nobody wants to listen to me complain, right? And I mean, rationally, I know that, of course, my friends and my family, people who love me, of course they care how I am, but I feel like it's something that they don't want to hear about, right? Because it's boring and it's whining and it's complaining and nobody cares about that kind of thing. And it's especially hard because I know that when you guys talk about having gone through a hard time, right? It makes me feel bad that I wasn't able to be there for you in the way that I would have liked to be because I didn't know what was happening, right? And I think, gosh, I wish that we could have talked about it. I wish that I could have been there more, because it's so isolating, depression or anxiety. Even though that people go through it, even though you're not the only person in the world who has depression or who has anxiety or who struggles with things like this, you feel very isolated, even when that the people around you that you're close to struggle with it themselves. Unless you are talking about it, you feel very, very isolated all the time. And it's really difficult to open up about it. It's really, really hard. And I always wish that the people in my life who are having a hard time with things could open up to me more about it, because I want the chance to be there for them. And so that's what I'm going to try to work on myself this year, in this channel. For this year of the collab, this is something I'm going to try to be better about. I'm going to try harder to be more honest about things that are going on with me, and to not tell you guys I'm fine, to try to tell you how I really am, as opposed to like just sort of shutting down. And I hope that you guys feel like you can do that too. I hope that you guys feel like you can open up and tell the truth about how you really are. Like Siling, I hope that you are feeling better since you started therapy and since you've, whatever you are doing in this, trying to deal with it. I really hope that you're feeling better, but I also hope that you feel like you can talk about it to us, and you can always put up a private video, or if you don't want to talk about it in video, I mean, this is the internet. We have many, many, many methods of communication, and I really hope that we can all talk more about how we really are. That's what I'm going to try and do. I don't know how well it's going to go, but I'm going to do the best that I can, which is all you can do, I guess. I know practically every week I say, I love you guys, I hope you guys are doing well, but I really, really mean it every week. And I maybe mean it especially this week. So I love you guys, and I hope you're doing well. DFTBA.